Charlie. Welcome to Royally Rich Show on Sky. We have Ian Palantana. Hi, Ian.
Hello, Charlie. How are you today?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Isn't it wonderful? The sun is shining. It's cold, but even so.
Tell me, who is gonna be in the show this year?
There is so much. In fact, I've had to write it down, Charlie. There's so much going on this particular month. So we have Ronald Dellery Simpson, who is a very famous nutritionist. He's going to take a picture of your eye and tell you what's right with you.
He's gonna check my eye.
He's going to check your eye.
Yes.
Then we've got Tim Baxter, who suffered from cancer and then became a Royal Photo List favourite.
Wow.
So that's going to be really good. We've got Wes Burwise, who's a top black music broadcaster.
He's playing music.
He's playing music, and he talks to some of the top black artists in Britain and America as well. And then we've got Slickly Dance, teaching you how to dance.
Wow.
And it's the same as sort of ballroom dancing. And we've also got Curry Special, which is going to be my favourite for the month.
Oh my God, you like curry?
I love curry.
I love curry too.
So here we go. We're off. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Helen Ashard.
And my name is Ian Pelham Turner. We are the directors of RoyallyRich.com. Today we are outside the world famous Buckingham Palace, as is tens of thousands of other visitors as well.
Royally Rich is our multimedia company with 5 elements to the business, which include royal events and experiences.
We are experienced international broadcasters specialising in the history of royal children.
We create professional YouTube sites, editorial videos, websites, and offer SEO support.
Our production team also creates hour-long editorials for broadcasting on such channels as Sky Television.
We also have a specific 10-month training course for photographers who wish to join our Royally Rich brand.
We are part of a revolutionary and exciting broadcasting future.
Please peruse our website and feel free to contact us.
Bye.
Do you like London?
Yes,
So what do you like for London?
I like shopping or watching musicals. Yeah.
You like shopping too much?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yes.
Good. Thank you. Do you like shopping as well?
I like shopping and I like London because I studied from high school. England is very strong country
Yeah.
from ancient
Yeah.
to now.
Now, we're often asked, what is it like to be a royal photographer? What's it like to have a royal experience? So we thought we'd actually show you. It was a rainy day, it was a cold day, but the crowd, as always, were exuberant. So come and join us at one of the major royal events last year.
Now I am talking to Ronald and Patrina. We are going to talk about the health. Ronald, hi Patrina. Can you tell me what are you doing?
We've dubbed this for the last 30 odd years wellness iridology and smart food planning. And the reason why we call it that is because we're unique. We have a unique system that we use cameras to analyse the conditions of the body, and then when we do that, we're able then do a precise analysis of the eyes and what the eyes tell us.
So once we take a photo of your eye, we base the photo on this chart, and we can actually find out what is wrong in your body.
As I'm setting up your eye in the proper manner, so that you can look in the camera, so we can take the pictures, okay? So by masking your left eye and opening up your right eye, your right eyelids, we can actually get the better picture. Illustrate the, illustrate your eye better, okay? Now just give me a second. Charlie, I'm actually looking at the iris, which is the coloured part of the eye, and I'm sharpening the picture so that I can take a very good image so we can analyse it properly. You get it? Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, Charlie, we've got a close-up of your eye. Here it is. Yeah. I can tell you now, straight from that, I can make you look 10 years younger.
10 years younger?
Not just look, and you look and feel 10 years younger.
Oh, yes. I want to be 10 years younger.
Okay, Charlie, what we've done here is we've designed a grid that's a perfect grid. Yeah. And what we do, we superimpose that on the actual eye and on the iris. Yeah. That's in the centre. And what happens now is, because we can then check to see the regularity of whether or not it's circular or twisted. Charlie, from looking at your eye, there's two things that spring to mind immediately. One is that you've been ingesting black pepper. Oh. And that brown ring, there's brown rings around the eye there, there's brown rings here, and those brown rings down there. These is indicative of black pepper. So that's one thing you must stop eating, because black pepper is 17 times more irritant than alcohol. Okay. The second thing that I see very clearly is your transverse column is quite dark. See, look at this. This is light, this is dark. So the transverse column, when it's toxic like that, you must detoxify your transverse column.
Okay. Thank you, lad. I appreciate it, and I'm so happy. I've got my checkup for my eyes, and what I need to be, I like to be younger. That's why I need it. You told me I can be younger. This day, Tim Baxter is successful photographer. One saw is suffering from the cancer. He got better. Now we are talking to him today. Now we are going to talk to Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hello, Charlie.
I want to know, now you was recovered from the cancer, and now are successful from photograph. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, well, obviously, as you know, I had cancer, and I've had an operation to have it removed. And in that time, I wrote to Ian Pelham Turner to ask for his help, and he kindly agreed to mentor me for 10 months. Now, the mentoring is finished, and I've started up my own photography business, and I've been getting a few orders already now. It's still in its infancy, because I only started up in November of last year, 2014. But I have had a few photo shoots with a few families, and I've done a couple of events, and I've done a few local village things as well.
Was photography always passion?
Yes, I've always loved photography. Art has always been something I've had a passion about since I was a very young child. My father unfortunately persuaded me to follow a more academic route, something I've always regretted in my life. But I've now started up with photography again. I've always enjoyed photography. I've done it as a hobby. It's never left me. But within the last few years, I have taken it seriously and started doing a lot more with it and getting more involved in it.
I understand you are on a list. To the Photograph Royal. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, well, Whilst being mentored by Ian, I've been trying to raise my profile a little bit and get some business in as well. And I wrote to some of the royal members of the family, and I was very lucky that some of them wrote back. Some couldn't help me, but there was Prince Charles's secretary who wrote back to me and said that they would like to include me on a fixed point basis, which meant that I could then go along to special events that the royal family are having and photograph them from a fixed point. This is a picture of Kate, Camilla and Harry, and it still makes me smile because it captures a moment on the Queen's birthday. This is a very lucky shot of the Queen, shot through the crowd. This is another of my favourites, Prince Philip. I'm really lucky now to be on the royal family list.
Thank you, Tim, and welcome to Royally Rich.
Thank you for having me, and it's been great, thank you.
Thank you. I'm talking to Wes Bearwise. Hello.
Hello there. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great.
Tell me a little bit, what are you doing and why your company has been successful?
Well, what I'm doing is I've set up a company called WBSS Media, and we specialise in interviewing soul stars and R&B and jazz stars when they come from the States into the UK, as well as local talent here in London as well.
How do you start?
Well, that's a question. Well, actually, I came here when I was very into London. Shall I say? I came to London when I was very young, and I've always loved music. Went to a Pentecostal church when I was very young, so I was clapping when I was in the pram, literally. So it made perfect sense for my mother to buy me a guitar when I was 11 or 12 years old. And from there, I sort of learnt to play guitar, learnt to write songs, and I was fortunate enough to be in a number of bands as well, writing songs. I seem to remember even managing to persuade Virgin Records at one point to give me a songwriting contract just for the songs I used to write, which is great. And then bit by bit, I've never been able to really move away from music and move away from meeting musicians. I kind of managed to drift in to broadcasting probably about 10 years ago, where I started broadcasting on a radio station which was only really on satellite and also on the internet, and then went on to become a digital station covering London and the South East. And then from there, I then went onto a national radio, working for Jazz FM. So about a year and a half ago, I sort of had this idea to set up a company which would specialise in interviewing musicians who've been around a long time, who've created a buzz, who've sold CDs, who fill stadiums, who influence people and inspire them. And I thought, if I can talk to these people and find out what makes them tick, maybe it'd help to inspire other young musicians and up and coming people as well. Who have I been working with? Well, it's been an interesting mix, really. It sounds like I'm name dropping now, but we tend to try and work with some of the larger acts when they come over. So people like Donell Jones, Eric Roberson, Eric Benet, that's the ex-husband of Halle Berry, even Gregory Porter, who's just recently won a Grammy Award as well for Best Jazz Album. Success, that's a really difficult word, isn't it, really? I don't even feel that I've reached any kind of level of success yet. I think there's so much more to do. But I think if you've got sort of faith, courage and enthusiasm. I remember hearing that in a film a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me. Faith, courage and enthusiasm. The faith to actually believe that what you're doing is right, you're following your passion, and the courage to actually make that jump and do it as well, which is always nerve-wracking, and enthusiasm to make sure that you've got the patience to keep pushing through when you hit hurdles.
Well, thank you so much for this interview.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Louise, tell me a little bit, how many films do you have?
The themes that we do, we can do sort of Great Gatsby, and we do Jive and Lindy Hop, Charleston, all sorts of Latin American dances, and our shows come in different sizes. We can perform just as the dancers. Yeah. We can teach people to dance. We can come along to workplaces and for team building, or we can do the whole show, which is obviously the band and the dancers, and also just the band can go out as well sometimes. And so yeah, it's all different sizes, and we hit all different sort of genres and themes within an act.
city, working on me every night and day. And I never lost one minute sleeping, worried about the way things might have been. Big wheels keep on turning, from there to somewhere. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. So we're rolling, rolling, yeah, yeah, rolling on the river.
Thank you, Louise.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope I'll come to see you again.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Please do. Thanks.
Bye. Now we are going to talk about Curry Special. Hi, Paul.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Tell me a little bit about Curry Special.
Yeah, Curry Special started in 1985 and it was a family-run restaurant. My mum and my father, which is Sardar Singh Luther and Sharda Luther, who opened the restaurant. I was very young then, at the age of 16. I was still studying. And thereafter my father said, look, why don't you join the restaurant and understand how this business works. And I said, it'd be fantastic. And I started off first as a porter. So I thought I'd rather start from the bottom and make my way up, and so understand and respect everyone's job. So I started off as a kitchen porter, and from there on I went on to being a Combi 1 chef, sous chef, head chef, then executive chef, and kept on obviously implementing new recipes and designing kind of different types of recipes, etc. Thereafter, we started off then the outdoor catering business with many 4-star and 5-star hotels. Started off with one particular venue which was local to us, and then branched out into central London to the top 4 stars and 5 stars, and it just climbed from there, where we realized that the Asian market are no longer having events in town halls with disposable plates. They want to have something more plush, luxurious, with cutlery, crockery and beautiful centerpieces and nicely displayed decored events. And then from there it's obviously grown and grown, and obviously here we are today, and it's going to be 30 years this year in April, which is a fantastic part for us to know that we've gone along this journey, and 30 years down the line we're still going extremely strong, and a lot of new exciting things happening for us this year. Moving forward, we've now part of the Lucrum Group, and we are advertising in many of the Asian television stations. We're looking at new recipes again. The fish that we're about to make today is masala fried fish, and it's got tilapia fish, which is river fish from Kenya, and we're adding spices, red chili, garam masala, black pepper, garlic, ginger, green chilies, and then with gram flour, and that will also be coated in gram flour, and then it'll be fried. So a nice crispy batter masala fried fish is what we're making today.
Thank you very much, Paul. I hope I'll come to see you again.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure you've come down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed the show. See you in February. Bye.